Hello guys, welcome back to the video. Before this starts, I'm just gonna say I won't be here where I am right now for spring break, so I won't be able to upload videos. So I'll be scheduling 3 videos this week, one on Sunday, which will be this video, so the more you know, one on Tuesday, and then one on Thursday. And then after Thursday, I'll be back and I'll be making videos like usual. We'll start with an As in News once we get ready. And you might be asking why am I not uploading As in News? Because As in News, the news changes very often, so it's difficult to really pinpoint As in News. So I don't think it'll be out for a while, probably after Thursday. So if you're one of those As in News lovers, come after Thursday or come back. Maybe Friday, and I might upload a video. Maybe Saturday. I'm not too sure. I'll figure it out as I go. Anyways, if you read this title, congratulations, we're reviewing Watch Dogs Legion. Now, I got this for Christmas, actually, and I didn't play it because I played it a lot on PlayStation, so I just didn't have a feeling to go play it for Xbox. But my love rekindled for the Watch Dogs series once I started playing it again back on Xbox, which inspired me to review it. Now, this game is confusing, and at the exact same time, it is a great game. There's a lot of good things and there's a lot of bad things to it. So I'm just gonna start off with talking about the story. What's it about? So basically, spoilers ahead. Just saying. So basically, Watch Dogs Legion is about a bombing attack on London, all the main government areas, by Zero Day, which is a mysterious group that supposedly frames DedSec for the bombings. Therefore, DedSec is hunted down and attacked in a secret organization, Albion, or a private government kind of thing, like police force, like the browncoats of the Nazi Germany, kind of like that, but I don't know, paid. And then over the years, they take control of London. They take control of the entire city with the help of a gang, Clan Kelly. So, after that, there is after, everybody's under total oppression, everybody's getting bullied. So, DedSec kind of revives itself and starts recruiting people on the streets, which is where they have this. Basically, every character can be recruited, and it's cool. I mean, don't get me wrong, I like this thing, but it can be. It's not to say it can be annoying, because it can bite you in the back if you're bad to people. Now, usually it doesn't, but sometimes it actually happened to me. I've been trying to recruit people with specific abilities that I need, and it turns out I've ran them over, or this pistol whipped them, or beaten them with a pipe earlier in my playthrough, which really bites you in the ass. I mean, yeah. But so going into the story, basically, I'm gonna give you straight up. I didn't play the story a lot. I stopped after I claimed half the boroughs. Or I liberated half the boroughs. I stopped playing the story and I focused mainly on the boroughs. Because the story didn't hook me. I don't know why. I mean, the story kind of is generic, but at the same time it's unique, which is why it's so puzzling. Because it's a unique topic, and I'm not necessarily unique, but resistance movement, all of these things. It's a difficult topic to talk about the story because there's not a lot in the story, realistically. I mean, I could finish it in basically a whole day if I played through the story and the story alone. I mean, there's a lot more stuff to do in Legion besides the story, but the story is the main thing that holds it down, especially for single player. And if people that got it in October and, all around that time, it's gonna be a little bit hard to keep playing it if they got the story and some extra things. So, story, I give it a 6, 7. I really should be giving it a 5, but I like Watch Dogs, and I'm a little biased on the opinion. And I've always been a lover of Watch Dogs, so I'm going to give it a 6. Best possible thing it can do. So, also, on top of that, we're going to talk about the combat and all of these other things. So, basically, they've changed a couple of things, like spider bots. I mean, like, there's some things that are changed. They're, like, way faster than before. Personally, in my opinion, I think Watch Dogs 2 had, like, way slower spider bots. That might have been just me. There's a lot more drones. So, there's, like, riot drones. There's normal, like, news drones. There's chase drones. There's, like, loads of drones. There's a lot of tech in this game. So, that kind of influences the more way of hacking. And there's a lot more security measures in, like, areas, like Clan Kelly hideouts. There's, like, little scanners or whatever that detect you if you go past it. And it's pretty difficult to infiltrate places and, like, whoop the shit out of them. In early game, at least, when you get into late game and you basically have everything, it's pretty easy. I mean, it's the Force simple. The combat is pretty simplified. The running is weird. You hold the trigger. I don't know why that is. You can change settings to do that, but I sometimes it's weird because I feel like playing it like I'm playing GTA or Red Dead, where I have to spam A, and that fucked me up in, like, the first fight ever, dude. Like, I coming back to it and then, like, spamming A after playing, like, loads of Red Dead, and I end up, like, just, like, jumping or, like, vaulting over stuff, and it's weird. I'm like, So, a little bit confusing controls. You can get used to it after you play it a little bit. I mean, that's with every game. But a big thing for Legion is the fact that you can recruit people, and the fact that everybody you see, you can recruit. You can bring them to DedSec. So, like, if you want to recruit an Albion employee, go right ahead. If you want to recruit a captain, or, like, the Royal Guard, or, like, an anarchist or a protester, basically anybody who's walking on the street, if you see this cool hobo, he's just vibing, playing his like, trash can drums, and you want to hire him, you can go right ahead. I mean, there's nothing stopping you unless you have good abilities. Now, the problem about this game is, again, the non-lethal weapons. Now, they had the same problem in Watch Dogs 2, where they went very non-lethal. Besides from Watch Dogs 1, where you can basically carry, like everything that's lethal. Anything that you can fire can become lethal. While in Watch Dogs 2, they went very non-lethal, and they, went for more non-lethal weapons. Watch Dogs 2, they don't work as well. I mean, the shotgun is totally weird. Like, when you're up close to somebody's face, like, it doesn't do enough damage. But whenever you're, like, far away, it somehow can, like, it's like a sniper and takes them out. Which is confusing to me, honestly. I don't understand why it does that. And on top of that, it's promoting you to use lethal weapons like pistols and all these things. It kind of attacks its recruitment thing, where you basically recruit anybody else. I mean, you can go non-lethal. You can get people with pipes and bats, and anything basically that's carryable you can beat somebody with. But it's weird because the characters in the game are very harder to kill unless you have a lethal weapon. I purposely spent like 2 hours trying to get a Royal Guard to be on my team because he had an assault rifle, and that's basically who I use for now on, because he has an assault rifle. He takes less damage, and he can get into Buckingham Palace, so I can basically vibe whenever I want to there and escape the cops. At the same time, you basically want people that are dislike DedSec. So you kind of make this strategy when you're redoing game throughs or playthroughs to run Deep Profiler first, so you can get those people that dislike DedSec, that have the good weapons and all of that, and find missions. It's difficult. It's difficult to get those guys in, but you end up getting them in. And, I mean, the combat, other than that, is kind of like the old game. Cover. In London, it's a little bit different from San Francisco, where, like, all, like, the big, like Google places, like all the social media, like Instagram, Facebook, like the little fun time places with slides and shit. Well, let's just say London isn't that. It's a very enclosed city, kind of like Chicago. If you played Watch Dogs 1, it's similar to that, and they brought aspects of it back. But you don't see any of that colorful, like areas. There's a lot of black and basically Watch Dogs 1, but in London. Now, so for combat and for map design, I'm gonna give that like a 7 or 8. I mean, it's not bad, but you could do more improvements, which I hope they do more improvements or add DLCs that expand the map or do all these other things like going to like Scotland or something like that. I don't know. But on top of that, we're gonna go to like customizations. So like if you see on the thing, there's a lot of people with masks and like different like stuff that they're wearing depending on who they are. And I don't know, man, there's not a lot of masks you can wear. I mean, who am I kidding? There are a lot of masks, so take that statement off the table. But there's not a lot of clothes to wear. So if you just want to be like a drippy designer or whatever, you got like a couple of options to pick from like coats. Like there's like a suit thing. There's like a trench coat, like a Aiden Pierce trench coat, and then there's like a normal hoodie. And then there's loads of undershirts, which none of them are really cool or anything. Just a bunch of skeletons like fucking heavy metal shit. And then pants, you have sweatpants, leggings, and you have like some punk things that cost way too much. Hats, there's not a lot there either. So really, the only thing that's a little plentiful is masks, and they give you a lot of masks to begin with. Like if you get like all the Christmas stuff, or if you use Soft Connect or whatever, you get a lot of Christmas things. If you buy the case or like disc version, you get this Golden King thing. I already claimed it, so you can't claim it. I've already claimed it already, and it's pretty cool. I mean, I personally enjoy it. It's cool. I like the gold and all that. And I don't actually have characters that have their own cars though. That's weird. I don't have any characters that do have that. And there's also where I'm going into another thing, the open world elements. So the customization kind of goes into the open world because you have to find those masks into this really enclosed like city map, which is interesting because there's a lot of details that they put in to the game, but at the same time, it's kind of like empty. Another thing that I get puzzled about is you play it like GTA basically. I mean, you can play it in the stealth way, and they can do all these other things, but like you're basically playing it like Watch Dogs 1, where you pull out like an AR, go around shooting everybody that you see in your path. Understandably, this might seem, cool or like badass, but like after a while, it gets boring, doesn't it? I mean, sure. Sure, it can be fun, and I mean, if you just want to mess around in the sandbox or whatever, you can do that. I mean, there's nothing stopping you at all. But the problem is, that's really just not basically really all you can do after the story's done and after you do everything, and after you liberate all the boroughs. I mean, you can just go into like the extra camps and things or whatever, and just start like lighting people up or like pulling out like a shotgun and just killing civilians on the side of the road. I mean, you can do that. Sure, there's a bunch of other mini games. There's a couple of mini games, excuse me, but you can't like. It's difficult to say because you can't do enough, but it feels like you have everything in your disposal. They give you everything. And I mean, I want to love the game, alright? I understand I want to love the game. But it feels limited to this lethal do whatever you want playstyle because of the fact that the things are so hard. I mean, you can degrade that sure to like easy, but nobody's no boosie, so they're not gonna do that. Or some people just have some pride in not doing that at all, which I respect. I totally respect. I have pride as well. I have an ego. I don't want to be playing on easy. So I play on normal because I'm normal, hopefully. But that's also attacks, again, their recruitment system, where you can basically recruit anybody. Because it makes you play this way where you have to search around for people that have, like, what lethal guns, like P90s, Glocks, ARs, shotguns, grenade launchers, basically everything that's lethal. And then there's characters with cars and all of that, but they're useless because you can basically steal a car from anywhere. I mean, realistically, yeah, the coolest person they could probably get, that if you want a car and a gun and stealthy abilities, is a spy. That's literally the only thing. If you want lethal guns and just forget the car, go for professional hitman. And I mean, like, Westminster is the first place you go after Camden, which is the, like, borough, like, directly beneath it, and you get a spy from that. Professional hitman is, I want to say 9 Elms. I'm pretty sure. So you just go straight down. So the whole left side of the map is basically all you need. I mean, you can get anarchists and beekeepers and, you know, getaway drivers if you want to. But I did it anyways because I was like, why not? I mean, it seems pretty cool. But in the end, there's not much else to it. I mean, the story's kind of lacking for me. So, I mean, the boroughs are the only thing you can really do. And there's not a lot of boroughs, and they're pretty simple. You disrupt propaganda. I mean, or like sabotage, like, convoys, take out VIP targets. And, I mean, that's basically it. So, boroughs kind of feel empty as well, because there's no reason to explore the map, because once you complete a borough, you basically see the whole borough opens up to you, or what you haven't seen yet. So, it's not really, to say, big. You know, it's London. There's not a lot to see. But for this topic, we're talking about the boroughs and the combat system. Excuse me, I dropped my thing. I'm going to try working while I'm staring into the screen. I'm going to give it a 7. Because it's not bad, but it can do much better. Really, I should be giving it a 6, but I'm giving it a 7 because I'm biased. I'm giving it like one more point than I should. Excuse me for a moment. Okay, there you go. I was picking up my things. It fell through the crack. Water break. Uh-oh, going dark. Meanwhile, while I'm fixing this, make sure you subscribe, dude. Like, what are you doing with your life if you haven't subscribed to me yet? I mean, 23% of my viewers aren't subscribed, so why would you want to be that 23%? Like, it's not cool, dude. Just subscribe to me. I mean, like, what are y'all doing with your lives? Okay, so the light's back on, and my water break is over. So we're going to talk about the online now, because the online's a totally weird, different story from it as well. So, for starters, Watch Dogs Legion Online isn't really online. I mean, you get to play with your friends finally, but you are playing with 3 other people. 3. That's it. And you have to play with 3 people, so you can't go solo, you can't go alone and see people online or whatever, just like roaming the world like GTA or Red Dead. More like GTA, because GTA is more populous. So it's weird in the fact of that, which, I mean, they should update it where you get to play with other groups of people and not just you and some random people that you don't want to play with at all, but you just want to be playing online. So a good thing is, no, your other operatives do not go to online, so don't go pulling out your sweaty ass fucking, you know, basically everything. And the recruitment thing is also different, where you get influence points from the season pass. And don't worry, the season pass is free, so you don't have to pay for anything. I mean, you get like 2 free missions out of it if you pay for it, and some extra things. I'm not sure. but I'm for sure not paying for a season pass for Watch Dogs Legion. So that's good. At least they gave it to you for free. I mean, that's like this is the first game that's ever given you a season pass for free. I mean, like, come on, dude. Come on, brah. So, after that, I mean, there's not a lot else you can do. You're playing GTA basically after you finish, the co-op missions, which I forgot to mention. I know I kind of jumped to the gun, but I mean the co-op missions. There's not much else to say. It's a co-op mission. Other than that, there's literally nothing to do but go around getting hotspots, getting influence points, getting all of these things, and then you're good to go. I mean, that's literally it. So, other than that, online's kind of dookie. It does lag. That's a big thing, but I'm sure they can fix that. The main thing is you're playing with 3 other people, and that's it. I mean, that's basically it. I mean, sure, when I played it, it was fun, but I wasn't achieving anything while doing it. And it's harder to recruit people, so therefore it's harder to get operatives. So, other than that, there isn't much else to the online. It sounds weird. You have Spider-Bot Arena, but nobody's playing Spider-Bot Arena right now, are we? They didn't think so. So online, I'm going to give it a 5 because it wasn't impressive enough for me. In the end, tallying all of these up and adding the summary of Watch Dogs Legion, I give it a 7. Because of the fact that it can be much better. The game series can be much better. And people doubted it, and it kind of was dookie. I'm not saying it was bad. It was like something you shouldn't play. I would recommend it to you, but you be cautionary of playing a shorter game than usual and playing GTA. I'm basically telling you to play GTA or playing a futuristic hacking version of GTA. That's basically what I'm telling you to play right now. So, I mean, if you like that, go right ahead. I mean, if you were playing Cyberpunk, this is much better than Cyberpunk. I'm just being honest with you. Because of the fact that, it's not lagging every 5 seconds. So, that'd be cool. Anyways, guys, be sure to smash the like button. Subscribe for more content. Be ready for that scheduled uploading. And I'll see you on the next one. Peace. Oh, you're still here. Okay, so this video is my most recent video, so if you're not caught up, go watch that. This right here, or somewhere around here, is my subscribe button. This is my channel. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't. I already said that. But you can go do these two things right here. Peace.